point was driven home. Thanks be to God, because the handover had been done. Indeed, we celebrate his life and ministry with humility and passion. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Right, Reverend Joseph Kabura, Bishop Karamoja Diocese, on behalf of the faithful in Karamoja. So that is the letter I wrote when at his burial. I hope that some people are not looking at the pictures because it is, it's tempting to listen and then see the uncle or somebody on the other side. Then the family this is again at the death of Mama. Yeah, Mama now. Let them be still and know that we are talking. The family and descendants of Bishop Brian and Mama Norma had Solomonas. They are friends. They are passing on of a warrior for evangelization and civilization of Karamoja. Greetings to the hearts and all the mourners at the burial respects for Mama Norma Hard. Reverend Brian and Mama Norma left their cozy palace, comfortable places in different cities in Ireland or Great Britain. In 1915, God was sent to do ministry in Amalu, the far end of Karamoja in the south. After a short while, there he went back to England for his theological formation. I don't know. He was ordained and came back to Karamoja, Lotome place. This story has it that it was at Lotome where they saw and married each other. Continued their ministry time, most of which was spent in Moroto town, which later became the diocese headquarters. Thank you very much, Mama Norma and Bishop Brian, for that obedience to God, the sender. Later, Reverend Brian Hart became the first Guru Dean, and later the first Archdeacon and the first Bishop of the Diocese of Karamoja. The Harts trudged along and trekked the thick thorny bushes and rugged parts of the vast but arid land of Karamoja. While the African and the compelling words of Jesus Christ as scribed by St. Matthew, go and make disciples of all nations. Matthew 28:19 could have captivated, come life in their individual thought patterns and prayer life to a point of emptying themselves and mistaking their lives like the Ugandans. Hungry, you gave me food; thirsty, you gave me drink; naked, you clothed me; sick, and you visited. That was the time Archbishop John Room, the chair of Church of Uganda's House of Bishops, in which Brian was a member, also arrested and shortly murdered. Her husband, or both of them, escaped the line of death, as Idi Amin often exclaimed, "I fear no man but God." Of course, he did not fear God. Earlier on, from here, there is now one of the things. Earlier on, April 15 is chart and discovered he still remembered a lot of Kanojong words and sentences. Brian, husband, and her evidently proud to see in us signs of continued fruit of the seed and what they left in Karamoja. We are also proud to be among those who continue and share in the Lord's commission. Thank you. We thank them so very much for their contribution towards the making of Karamoja. For behind a great man, there is always what? Yes, putting a stone where they killed him. Probably a church may be there. So we want to get these stories. But also they say that they have got some books, some pieces of information here and there. Those who have had problems with the schools, Catholic churches, really want to encroach on everything. Probably we might get some more equipment for that war. Thank you very much.
For our Mother's Thanksgiving service, and West Moroto read some of it on your behalf.
Yeah.
So, and there was also, I think, the Bishop of Moroto came as a surprise visitor. Do you remember that? To Mum's house this morning. The voice, right? The voice. His nickname in the Carador was the voice. So we failed, but we have had the assistance of another Brian.
The name of Mama.
So this was after our father was deported, and so even in that moment of terrible tragedy, they were able, and they weren't allowed to say anything about the Archbishop. The whole place was filled with secret police with sunglasses on. But they were able to say, he is not here, he is risen. And he was a brave man. He was a Muslim, but he said, no, I can't do that. And then we were told that he himself had to run away. But actually what happened was he didn't run away, and he himself unfortunately was killed a few days later. So meanwhile, by a great miracle of God, the post office just near the church, these men, then they got a Land Rover, the two of them, they added one other person, and they came round to the bishop's house. They came to the house, but they didn't say anything, they just said, we're coming to arrest you. So my dad thought he's going to die, and my mother also thought she's saying goodbye to him for the last time. So being my mother, she went to her secret store and got out all her chocolate. Gave him the chocolate to take to Jada. The phones weren't working for her to get through to tell anybody. And so she went with Anne Wright and one of the Catholic sisters. So in those days, the church worked together, the Catholic and the terribly posh like this. He kept offering her cigars, everything. She was refusing everything and saying, it will be okay. So then they couldn't find our father in any, they went to the police stations, to the prisons, they couldn't find him. So the British High Commissioner says to my mother, you have to see. He did an interview, and we just want to play you a little excerpt so you can hear his voice. And when you listen to it, he's really saying how he was heartbroken to leave you all. He was so sad. So every opportunity they had, he came back, but only 3 times. But every day,